Well, Robert De Niro may have made it sound a little intimidating in the clip from Taxi Driver, but science says letting out that inner dialogue can be good for you.
From getting motivated to keeping calm, a good pep talk might be the secret to a healthier mind. Dr. Katie is here to share why we should all start the conversation with ourselves. And when we say this, we mean it's okay out loud to have these
Absolutely.
Okay.
It is okay. It is normal. It is a good thing to do. Think about it. Like, we all have young kids. Yes. I don't know. Your youngest, Rocco, might not, he might be growing out of it, but does Logan talk to himself?
All the time.
Yeah.
And it's normal.
It is totally normal. And I love like spying on my kid and hearing, okay, now T-Rex goes here. You know, he's working through processes.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this and I have a question, like, do we grow out of it or are we socialized out of it? And I think it's a little bit of both. And what happens is we actually have a way of talking to ourselves that isn't out loud that everybody thinks is great, right? Journaling. So we get told, take that. It is absolutely the same thing. You're writing it down. It's an external process. But I want everybody to start talking to themselves out loud more.
Say no more.
Say no more. I do it often, sometimes in the grocery store. Like, I find myself talking to myself and going over the list that I have in my head. But what are the benefits?
So exactly what you're saying. First of all, anything you have to memorize, it helps to say it out loud because then you're engaging differently, right? You're saying it and you're hearing it. It helps to actually with tasks like locating things. There have been multiple studies where if you say what you're looking for, like say it's your keys, keys, while you're walking around and looking, you find them faster, with the idea being that helps you visualize it.
Frankie's still trying to find his car keys from when we moved a year and a half ago.
I don't know. I'm sorry, Frankie.
Probably not.
I don't think that one's going to work. But like, he's someone who could use it at work probably, right? Walking through processes.
So it's interesting that you mentioned even finding something, because my friend told me, this was a couple years ago, right out of the pandemic, she was switching careers. And so she started looking in the mirror and saying, like a manifestation that she wanted out loud. And so it was just this one phrase. And so every morning she would wake up and she would look in the mirror and she would say this one phrase. And I don't know if it came true fully, but she made it happen.
Right. So it's interesting that I did not know we would go into manifestation today, but I love that idea because manifestation, to me, I have done some research on like, what is the science behind it? It's almost about recognizing, right? It's building that up in yourself, which is what your friend was doing. She was getting familiar with that feeling so that then when it happens, you recognize it and you don't shy away from it. But another thing that works for is just emotional regulation and actually calming yourself down or processing events that maybe were disturbing.
We're going to be okay. It's all good. Just saying it out loud.
Absolutely.
Give us some other examples of that, because I do feel like when we talk to ourselves sometimes, I mean, a lot of times it can be positive, but then also it can be negative. So what are some positive things that we can do to talk to ourselves so it's beneficial?
Interestingly, only 30 to 50% of people have an inner monologue. I always thought it was more because mine is going all the time. But if you take that and say it out loud and you're hearing it, you can actually work with it, right? It slows the whole thing down. It gives you psychological distance. And then if you say your own name, like, okay, Mikey, I know that was a weird situation. There's actually studies showing that people with social anxiety, if they walk through an incident afterwards and they talk to themselves out loud, calling themselves by name, they don't ruminate as much about it. It kind of feels done.
We talked about, what was it, Planned Parenthood?
Planned Parenthood, yeah.
A couple
Very
of weeks
popular.
So the other day I did talk to my plants in the garden outside. And I was just like, are we gonna get any more flowers this year? What's happening? So what if we're talking to our pets and our plants and other things that may not be able to talk back to us?
That is okay. But really, it's the talking to yourself. I'm like, I mean, that's fine, Heather. No, it's good. It's not gonna hurt.
Okay.
And here's the other thing, because I think everybody gets concerned about, you know, they're thinking about people who probably have severe and persistent mental illness and psychotic disorders. And I think it's important to recognize that those people are not talking to themselves, actually. They think they're talking to someone else. If you know you are talking to yourself, you're fine. You're okay. You just might need to refine it a little bit to make it more helpful.
Well, I think it can be a little intimidating because maybe you want to talk to yourself more, but you're afraid of what people will think if they hear you talking to yourself. They might think you're a little...
Listen, I can't tell you how many people come into session with this sheepish look. I'm like, what? And they're like, well, I was talking to myself. And it's like, what did you say?
Yeah. I think it's important what you said, though, is bringing it back to when we're kids. We don't have any feelings about it. It's just normal and natural and just happens. And then for some reason we stop. We grow out of all of these things that are ingrained in us.
Right. So it's time to ungrow, right? To go back to that.
Yeah. Good stuff. And now when you find us at the grocery store and we're reciting our list,
it's fine.
Why are there so many Oreos? I don't understand. Where are they? I just need the mega stuff. Where are they? If you're interested in booking a session with Dr. Katie Stewart, we're going to link you up on our website, kdka.com/talkpittsburgh.
This was so freeing. Yes. Coming up on Talk Pittsburgh, what did Beethoven say after he walked through a haunted house? I'm not sure, but I hear that Boaz might know.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
I think so.
That's right. I don't know exactly what he said, but I'm pretty sure that at that point Beethoven was decomposing. See what I did there? Anyways, I'm here with the Chad and Baroque. They are getting ready for a very spooky musical performance. They're tuning up right now, and we're going to give you a preview of that right after the break.